Okay, back at the trial, part 2 of it. April 11, 1213, District Court number 2. And we're gonna be interrogating...
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. I believe... I think we're gonna know who's guilty, but we gotta figure out how the crime happened. The prosecution calls for Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. She looks innocent and butterflies, but I have a bad feeling about this right now. What's with the stiff silence? I mean, she looks pretty and all, but I feel like something feels wrong. There's gotta be a dark side to it.
In my long career as a judge, I've never been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, but take no one at their word. But in your case, I must submit you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that. Is this judge favoring something over the other right now? You're the one who called her up to the stand. Oh, I'm now then witness. Could you please state your full name? I am...
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
Anyone's to be... has anything rude, you be sure I'll cut them down right to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they looked straight at me when they said that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home. I feel like that's just a facade right there. Hey, not at all. I'm totally not simping.
It was nothing. I'm totally not simping as well.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in the literature at Wright University. I just want to say, it was an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Oh, the honor is all mine.
Oh no, the honor is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, baby. Sir, is there anything I can help you with?
You can go on and say whatever it is on your mind, I don't care.
I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. He would never kill anyone, I just know it.
Oh, yes, I could see why you say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, alright? Only took her 12 seconds to wrap them around her little finger.
Okay, now then, we may proceed with your testimony, and I'm sure there will be no favoritism going on for sure. Let us hear what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
Okay. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class is over. Feeney and Dougie, they were all talking behind that building. And then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go find some other students and they called the authorities. There's gotta be
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, I recall the hot flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. There's more than enough witness. I won't allow this to continue.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey. Oh. History between these two. Hey, what's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once.
Okay, in any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam? I'm no girly. No one's granted yet, girly. Okay. Let's do some witness testimonies, baby. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department, correct? That's the case. What were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I am in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh ho ho, wonderful. And is that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk back through that back area.
Oh, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always stick through the front doors. Always walk through the front doors.
How else you would enter, idiot? Teleportation? What did you hear anything? So who's this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie and Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright were talking about anyway? Is she not gonna say anything? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. And that's right, Miss Faye.
Oh, don't drag the witness down to your level.
That is fucking favoritism right there. Am I being demonized here?
Oh, please go on. What did you see next?
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Meaning he never did a thing to Dougie. I press her for no good reason. I just know the judge will get angry at me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? I feel like I should leave it alone. I suppose her statement works in her favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary.
Oh, very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony.
Captain Phoenix noticed I was there. And what did Mr. Wright say when he did saw you? I'm so sorry. I'm so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. And that's the last one. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're very fond of their drugs. All of them, at least. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the entrance building. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on? How could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed some kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get any more info about the student. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was just so panicked.
Well, yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. I think it has to be the third statement that I press. We have to go further into this one. Alright. Show a contradiction. Our feeble lies are not becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? Nunny, but I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. The fuck does that even mean? That is her. She has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now to Miss Hawthorne. Defendant's palm print was on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. As It's already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. Nani? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It'd be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, Miss Young Lady. Just tell us everything that you just saw.
Oh yes, Your Honor. I will, if you don't mind. I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And that time, there was only 2 of them at the scene? The defendant Phoenix Wright and the victim Doug Swallow?
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like much they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. You didn't see in a moment he pushed. Something's up right now. He didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. What is the correct one? It has to be Umbrella, right? It's gotta be, no? Maybe go back. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? Have a nice friendly combo? Give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything?
Nope, nothing at all.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
That's a lie. That feels like a lie. Okay, it has to be one of the revised testimony. Let me see here. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. I think she must have heard the loud sound, no?
Objection!
Well then, you didn't say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. Now that's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the 2 of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Gah. Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
Objection!
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Yeah! May I have a moment to answer?
Oh, by all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Huh? See, the truth is, I had my headphones on. I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? I don't buy that for a second.
Headphones? It means both of your ears were covered? Rain was just beginning to let up. It seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Hee. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there wasn't any contradictions to their testimony after all. Wait a second, Mia. The testimony just now said something that could totally change this whole case. She didn't... It was lightning. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness testimony.
Oh, what do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now is not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye, even though it is possibly very useful right now.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. But anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit with a bolt of lightning? Nani?
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
What kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. Defense believes that Mr. Swat was in fact the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears that the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually an accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. We're taking that not guilty now if you don't. I'm hurt that you have such low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? Of course she's gonna think of something. But I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day of that location. Nani? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. That's true. It was utilized in that photo.
Oh, evidence, Mr. Payne. Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacologists who were conducting experiments in their lab that day. Allow me to hear what the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the lab lost power all of a sudden around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
3 p.m. specifically. All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely, they lost power because of some severe electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly, in other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severe electrical cable. Uh-oh. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Impact on 2:55. I thought you said 3 p.m. 2:55. That's like 5 minutes.
However, there's one thing that troubles me. The cable could have been broken by any small bump. It wouldn't have been snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that. Hold up a second. The other photo excruciates. It's around 3:05? Or is it 2:55? That watch is a sus thing right there.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severe cable?
Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Or what was it that caused the cable to break?
It has to be Doug Swallow, no? This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor,
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is in the mind of the defense.
And that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Give me one more chance, Your Honor.
Oh, then let's hear who or what caused the cable to break.
What? Is it really the frickin' umbrella? Is it really just the fucking the umbrella? Wait, don't tell me it's... Is it really Phoenix Wright? Oh my god, really? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
Defendant's testimony.
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct?
Oh, yes, that sounds about right. Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right with Mr. Wright's test timeline. Other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Well, yes, our prosecution also came to that same conclusion. Why does it feel like we're being set up right now? It was very shoved that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Well, what's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. And that impact caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
Nope. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he could have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Yeah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order in the court! Oh, the tables have turned, baby.
Let's see. The lamentations of my enemy. How long I've to hear them.
Oh, it's true. Defense is absolutely correct. That doesn't seem to be the way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir. May I say something? Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than when I remembered them.
Nani?
What? What the? Huh? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge? Something is going wrong. She wants to testify again? For what?
Of course, it's all right. Go right ahead and give your news testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Alright. What do you have to say for yourself, Dahlia? Truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. Huh? There was more things after that?
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
That's when the defendant pushed him for a second time. This is news to me. I'm so sorry, Feeny. I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my DS people. It may seem you are. Now then, Miss Faye, you must proceed with your cross-examination.
Huh. This is completely new. Pushed twice, they say. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I want to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge?
Oh, yes.
Would you please forgive little... Oh my god, she literally perjuried here, and now she's gonna get away with it. This motherfucker. Of course he won't. What you do is called perjury. Yes, Mia's right. Mia's fucking right. This is perjury in fucking court.
Oh, come now. It was a little white lie.
Oh my god, this fucking judge. She literally committed perjury in fucking court right there.
Oh, we'll forget it this time. Please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Oh, hell no. Oh, not at all. Ho, ho, ho.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that, girl. Is that an achievement? You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look like it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
He sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Dougie tried to run. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening in with your music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold. Miss Faye, I had to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared I couldn't even move. All I could do was just stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be very supportive.
What happened after that? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found in the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found in the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed to him from behind, right? My Feeny would never leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Huh? From behind. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable.
Oh, yes indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come with our best life, so this is my best chance. Must be a hole in our testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. What's our evidence here? I still think about the pocket watch, no? The pocket watch is the most despairing thing. This time right here, it stopped at like a specific time. It broke due to some sort of impact. I still believe it's the crime photo number 2, no? Can it be it? The crime photo number 2?
Objection!
There we go. The time on the watch doesn't make sense. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You'll in a minute. Can you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time when the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. I'm correct, it's 3:05 p.m.
Oh, yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is very clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Oh, yeah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what happened with those 10 minutes? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? Defense proposes that. It was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order, Nickel! What is this all about?
This is nonsense. The real murderer.
Objection!
If you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution, they are completely unaccounted for. But then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer?
Oh, Miss Faye. Is the defense ready to indict someone as the real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Oh, very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very careful before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? It should be pretty obvious who it is, guys.
It's definitely Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, but why? Why? Could have only been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Gah! How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes has passed between the time of the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing the whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order, Miss Faye! What? I mean, why, that is to say.
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day, however. After Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! How could you say something so mean, Mr. Adam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Oh, Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge. Are you...
Phoenix Wright! Your Honor! Please, I have to say something more to say.
You? What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. The fuck? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Oh, I see what's going on. He really doesn't want, he's trying to cover it up for her.
Mr. Wright, get back on your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Ugh. Leave my Dolly alone. Damn, I think we know who it's gonna be. That boy.
He's gone and weighed himself over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
Oh, it seems I arrived in the nick of time. I found the police reporting that incident in the newspaper clipping.
A report on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. What the fuck is this? Alright, Diego Armando, suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay. Cafeteria, 4 p.m. Mine guessed poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. 3 cups traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee. No poison was found in the vicinity on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the person entered the victim's cup. Poison? The suspect was Dahlia of all people. What? Nani? A lawyer died. Dang. Huh.
You better take a good look at it. It, details how you came close to lose your boyfriend. Oh, now the event has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I had this situation well in hand. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Go right ahead. Anna Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only saying that you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. So, I feel like she got away with murder. Sorry, please go ahead. How could you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion I would try to frame him is ludicrous. It's all just too much for poor little Meter Bear.
Oh, I believe the girl's trying to ask what on earth what her motive would be.
Answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony, you say? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have anything to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on just for a bit long?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. This is the final attack. You ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne? I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It felt like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. You're so lovely, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Oh, God.
Oh, Mr. Wright, do you that again and you'll be held a contempt in court.
Now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in those days of my youth, go get her.
Alright, time to press every little thing that she says. Alright. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. My emotions changed so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, no, not at all. Look at me, I'm the infamous for changing my mind.
For fuck's sakes, that's what... She literally did perjury in court and you decided to let that slide, Judge. Fuck's sakes.
My critics have been taken to me calling me Judge Fickle, oh ho ho.
We should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always has hands down on the correct verdict. That's why, as some people also call him the Great Judgini.
It's like we're destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. Courthouse's reading room? That's a strange place to meet up the love of your life. It's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, he was also planning to become a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What's a little art student trying to do in the courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Well, Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case,
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I had better tread carefully. Mia, if the judge gets any angry, you lose the whole case. I'll just have to hold my tongue for the time being.
Oh, now then, young lady, please go on with your testimony. Tell us about the time you met Phoenix Wright.
Heart skipped a beat, you say. So what was it about Phoenix that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like any typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Phoenix is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking.
Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness comes from the cow dung. And that's upon how it best describes how I feel about my Feeny. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? Oh, no, we part on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh? Are you sure? Yes, it seems that both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her? So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see... What a cruel thing to ask for such a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife.
No one cares, Mr. Payne.
She didn't deny it, that must mean. Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Oh, listen to me, Mia. A woman is the palm of judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to press on further on this one. Yeah, we need to know what she was doing. It has something to do with this damn police report. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I could establish some relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Oh, very well then, young lady. I have a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courtroom reading room?
Pleases you, Your Honor, answer is simply this. Had I come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern senryu poetry and the criminal underworld.
Oh ho ho, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I even forgot what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? There goes she's speaking of forgetting things. You haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
The answer is literally obvious right here. The police report is the answer. Ah, Miss Hawthorne, you were here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much important reason? Huh? What is the meaning of this cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
You mean the incident in which another attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. That name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Nani?
Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order, order, order! This is unbelievable. Why is she here again? It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, please express some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during the incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I tied the two crimes together. Now I got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
I don't think we need to know any of that.